Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NBA 2K Part 5. And we're still doing technical difficulties. I'm sorry, everyone. It's been a while. We had an update on PS4 with my co-host, GermanyG, still trying to figure this out. How is this working?
Yeah, I got the invite this time, but now I need to figure out, I need to see if I can find you on YouTube because I have you in my party speaking, and then obviously it's delayed in the stream. So let's see here.
Oh, man.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and see if we can find you.
Yeah, you should be able to find me. And if you all haven't found me yet, go to Fantastic Panda. You'll be able to find me because there is another YouTuber named Potastic P that sounds familiar, but don't worry. I'm pretty much there if you're in there. So, anyways, um,
Okay, I
did you
don't know
find?
how to, because it's such a, yeah, I got you on YouTube, but it's the audio is delayed. I hear you in the party, but then obviously it's delayed when I see the actual stream footage. But I guess I guess
Which,
it'll
I
have to
mean,
do what
you
it is.
you're still able to mute it, right? So you don't have to worry
Yeah.
too much about that. Okay,
But it's
so
the play-by-play that's still delayed as well.
yeah, it's fine. So, as you can tell, Joni, we have been playing a couple of games, and the strongest one that you have seen up there is the one up here called 95 to 92, which was pretty incredible, don't you think?
That sounds like it was probably a heck of a match.
Yes, it was, because that opponent was a 2-2. So, think of it. That right there pretty much was a pretty hard game if you ask me.
It was a 2-on-2? Is that what you meant?
No, no, no. The team was 2-2
Two and two.
basically.
Gotcha.
Yes. So you could tell that was a pretty hard game if you think about it.
Must have came down to the wire.
Yes, it did. And we also had another game that was 41 and 34, which was up against the Lynx, and that was a 1 and a 5. So, so basically that was a pretty close score too. If you ask me, that is. But as you can tell, Germany, most of my games, as you see, they are really close of games.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch you on the PlayStation, and it's just gonna be because it's super blurry on my computer, so I gotta watch you. I gotta watch you play
Yes.
on
You're, I
the
mean, have you?
PlayStation. So I'm just gonna have to deal with the echo because I cannot mute you on the PlayStation and in my headphones.
Yes, of course. Um, so, you did obviously see all the other scores that happened.
Who are you playing next?
We are playing up against again, uh, against the the Sky. We're going up against Chicago Sky again because the last time that we was up against Chicago Sky, it was on June 1st, and it was basically the home team. We was at home during that during that time,
So it's an away game now.
and it's an away game. And we beat them at home at 49-26. Now, based on that, and we're going to go on to the away. What do you what do you think the score might possibly be
I have
in
no idea.
this?
They might be out. They might be out for blood this time around. Try to beat you at home since you beat them at home.
Yes, of course. But do you think that it's going to be like a narrow score like we did at home?
I have no idea. As usual, I don't even venture to guess because I don't know how to predict these games because I'm not good at guessing either way. But
Yes,
let's get
yes,
to it and find out.
yes, of course. So, of course, I think you were on the Chicago Sky game, weren't you? Or which one was it that you was on?
The one where they played at home.
Okay, okay.
I don't remember
So,
which, where, if it was home or away or whose home it was or a
right,
C
right.
minus. Oh no.
So, the last time that we played Chicago Sky, they fouled a lot,
Yeah,
like
that was
always.
true. Yeah.
Um, do you think they actually learned their lesson and trained a little bit better this time around?
I hope so. Panda, for the record, you're green, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Seattle. We are Seattle. So right now
So
it's
the last match we watched, Seattle was at home.
right, right.
Okay, gotcha. So now Chicago's at home. Okay, so
Mhm.
you guys, you beat them at home, and now you're home in Chicago, or you're away in Chicago. All right.
Right, right, right. So right now we are at three
That
three,
was not a good shot.
and there's a foul. I don't know how the foul is going. You will get the delay pretty soon and see that.
Yeah, it's very delayed. I just saw it.
um, I didn't catch who fouled who. You probably would probably know um, by looking at it. But but you see the strategy so far. It's running a little slow,
Yeah.
uh, which is not typical. But uh, but you notice that that Chicago is really trying, pretty much. I mean, they scored three so far, but but what do you see as in what their strategy is so far? Do you see Chicago tightening up a little bit more than the last game that we were up against?
They seem quite a bit more aggressive so far.
Which do you think that is a good thing for them?
Well, we'll see. So far, it's not working out, but anything can happen.
Right, right. they are missing a little bit of shot so far. Um, do you think that's sounding the same as what happened at home?
Oh, the only reason they were making shots last time is because they had so many free throw opportunities.
Right, which was given to Seattle.
Yeah,
But um, from what I'm seeing right now, they went
they
away
are
from
not
the
doing good.
aggressive.
No.
They actually went away from the aggressive from what I'm seeing. And what you also notice, uh, we do a lot of uh, uh,
That's four
ev-
unanswered shots. So they need, if they want to win, they need to get into it right now.
exactly. But do you also see a pattern that Seattle's doing?
Yeah, grab the ball, run down the court, and put it in. It doesn't get any more difficult than that.
Right, right. But do you actually see like a better strategy than what they did in the home game?
It's been it's been like a month and a half since we played that game, so it's tough
Right,
to remember. But like I
right.
said, so far so good. This one looks better than when Seattle played at home.
Okay. And we are on timeout right now. Seattle, well, Chicago's doing that timeout. Uh, I think they're going to probably do a little bit more aggressive strategy with Chicago because apparently they're not exactly learning their lesson from the last time. But you can absolutely tell we're doing pretty good on defense.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, come on.
Yes, you did see the score from from Chicago, which is not that bad. They're only down like four, probably five now, probably six in that sort of way.
Yeah, down six. Now eight.
And the time is running out for first. They're gonna have to try. And as you would see in the replay, they have tried. But apparently, you'll also notice we also did a
3 seconds,
three.
2 seconds. Nice.
So that was, I think, a lucky shot that
Yeah,
we
that was a heck of
did.
a buzzer beater. Yeah. Well, you got there, so
And uh, if it, in case if you don't know, guys, you have to understand, Seattle is always surprising. And now that you have seen this, Germany, they're still surprising to you, probably, right?
well, they're playing better this time than they played last time, so that's quite nice. Man, I'll be interested to see if Chicago does anything at all to even try to pick up the pieces because this is not where you want to be after the first at home.
And not only that, but uh, we haven't seen very many fouls, which is pretty good for Chicago. If you think about it.
Yeah, barely nothing.
But but I can tell from what you can see, it it's not really doing very well with their
It doesn't feel like they're really paying attention. Like the defense is like a Great Wall of China right now, man. They're not doing anything.
and the field goals are not
Go
doing
back.
very well
Nope.
either, to be honest. Um, I mean, we're going three
But even
three,
even on defense, they just seem to be sitting there and waiting for Seattle to score.
and I think that's not a good strategy, especially for home, um, because we would have expected them to be a little bit more aggressive, maybe get more points, but not down this much, basically.
That was a really nice fade.
And like the announcer said, there's a lot of young talent on Chicago's team. So, do you actually think that is a big factor too, since there's a lot of young talent going into the play
In regards to what?
in regard to just going out there and playing?
I don't know, man. It could be. I don't know. Young. When you're talking young people, you can't really. It's really tough to compare because I mean you're talking young versus experience versus some of the older folks, but
Hmm.
it really I don't know, man. I don't know if you can really. Yeah, I think it's apples and oranges.
Right, right. Because I mean, I'm sure that they got veterans there on the
Exactly.
team as well, but from what it's playing, uh, it doesn't feel like the veterans are out there right now. But but yes, right now we're pretty much in a blowout now.
Yeah. I mean, it's second quarter, basically the second half of the second quarter, and they haven't even hit double digits. So
Well, they just on your replay it will be double digits pretty soon with 11, but that's running a little slow. And you can also tell too that we're hitting about 20% of the time 3-point goals. And that's hurting Chicago a lot if you think about it.
yeah, because they're not doing anything to really stop it. They're just kind of they're trying. Man, I don't know what on earth is going on there. Look at that. What on earth? They need to stop the game and go back to practice.
I mean, they are 0 and 3.
They are
So,
not warmed up right now.
so
Well, it shows why they're 0 and 3. Somehow that ball did not get stolen there.
yeah. And of course, I mean, we're doing 13 and 4 run in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Um Now, if you saw that and you are Chicago, how are you going to coach them to even make a bigger play of trying to tighten them up and everything?
I don't know. It depends on how many. I don't know what the experience level is out on the court at the moment, but I would definitely be looking at switching out some people real quick.
Yes, of course, because we're at the end of second almost, and it is legitimately up 21 up 21 plus points. And it's really discouraging to see us doing that to them. I mean, it's almost like feeling kind of sad in a way that we're stealing this game, like we steal the game at home. Wouldn't you agree?
This is even worse because Chicago is just they are not showing up.
Yeah. And it is, like I said, the third quarter.
And at least when they played away in Seattle, I'm not gonna lie, man. It looks like they at least put up a fight, man. But it doesn't even seem like they're trying now.
Right, right.
Like I was correction. I mean, they are trying, but there's no second effort. There's no pizzazz there in this match.
I mean, they had 13 points within the third round. Now that, if you really think about it, that's way too slow to put yourself in the third round. You should, from what I've learned through experts, they said that you're supposed to be at least 20 more points or more within the third round, in which we don't see it with Seattle.
No.
Well, not Seattle, but Chicago. And you can look, 71% of FG field goals for for Seattle. So if you're looking at that strategy, you can understand that they have been more aggressive,
Yeah, I
basically.
mean the stats right there are just completely lopsided in Seattle's favor. So
Especially with our number 24 Lloyd as well, as you've seen. Uh, she's been doing the majority of the work, almost. But also, think of it this way, Germany. We are going up against LA in 2 games away.
okay,
And that will be the very first away game that we ever been on the West Coast. And they are already close to the same uh, win-loss average as what we are. We're 3-4.
all right. So that should be a good match then.
Yes, of course. Which I hope that you be sure to be part of it.
You never know if the PlayStation Network keeps acting like this. I might be. Oh, this is so annoying. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, good thoughts during this
Yeah,
process.
yeah. Sue
uh,
Bird.
but but yes, they are. I mean, they're attempting shots. Like, don't get us
Exactly. They're
wrong.
going for it. They're just not sinking anything. I mean, they're
Yeah,
really going for it, but they can't hit the broadside of a barn with a banjo at this point.
and I think the crowd is not into it either. If you really think about it. Oh,
I would be pretty upset if I was paying good money to go see my team get smoked out for 21 points in the third.
oh yeah. But I mean, when they
They
do
might come back.
layups, let's be honest. When they do layups for Chicago, they're okay. But that's all they're doing is safe shots. And if you
But there's
remember,
nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just can't hit it
mhm,
from anywhere other than right up under the glass. And I mean, by this point, being this far down in the third, safe is where you got to go. Don't make any fouls. Take easy shots. Close the gap. And then you take a couple of big shots to maybe see if you can take the lead. If not, man, you just hit 2 pointers all game long.
yes, of course. Anyways, yes, uh, I believe that safe shots are good too. But being in the third, I don't know if that's going to be a good bet. From if I was going to be on that team, I would not want to put that as a safe bet.
You think so?
I think so because it would be way too much on that strategy. But from what I'm seeing right here, oh, now hold on just a minute. You've probably seen this in the replay. They already
Yep. There you
hit a
go.
three. Chicago hit the very first three that they had in three three rounds. But can they keep it up? That's the thing. Can they keep the 3-pointer on the schedule? Obviously not. And you also notice too, Bird is the one on our team that completely, and I repeat, completely knows how to do steals very effectively.
Yeah. And without fouling, that's the most important part.
Oh yeah. Oh, they had the three, but let's be honest, guys. They're down like 21 points, but they're trying though. And you notice they are trying to keep going. Germany, do you notice that they are getting a little bit more aggressive?
Well, it's
Chicago
nice
is?
to see that they are. Yeah, it's nice to see that they are turning up the heat, but I don't know. It's still 21 points, so I don't think they're going to be able to close that gap enough to pull out a win.
I mean, we're at 45,
Yeah,
so it's pretty pretty much in that sort of strategy of can they make it in the fourth quarter? So based on the 3 quarters so far, how do you feel about what Chicago is doing? Do you believe that they need a strategy to put off our team?
I'll put it to you this way. If I was a betting man at this point, I would just go home because it's over.
Exactly. So we're at the fourth, and if you notice, we always make sure that if we need a safe bet, then we can get a safe bet. But look at what we had versus them in that little window there.
Yeah,
You notice that there's a pattern. Because as you can see, first was 16 points, second was 18 points, and third was 11 points. So on Seattle, you could tell they're not phased right
no,
now. And I think Chicago is getting more and more nervous. Ah. But we do, like I said, we do give them credit. They are doing the same thing as what they did in when we was at home, where they're trying so hard to bring that score up like they did the last time.
it's just not. It's just not in the stars for him tonight.
And that's the thing is that this is the reason why I picked Seattle because I knew that in the real world Seattle has over 5 different titles.
Oh,
So if
okay.
they had 5 different titles in the WNBA, more than likely you might as well pick that team.
Yeah,
But now we're going dealing with another timeout. Uh, I think they are settling with what they got so far because it's their timeout. But we got 2:22 on the board um, in the fourth. Obviously, we're going to break at least 50 to 53 prediction, possibly.
yeah. You
But
better get at least that much.
I mean, the last time we had 43, and they had 34. So I believe I believe we are going to be at least 53 to 54, and they're probably going to break 30 again in Chicago wise. And of course, as you know, our star player, Sue Bird, is is the player of the game. And what do you say about Sue Bird? Do you like her strategy and everything?
Yeah, she is not afraid to take the lead and do what needs to be done.
And she's very good with defense, as you could tell, um, throughout. Um, but that is a good thing. That is the best thing ever that we do have that player. And I think that's what that's what we need is players that really do have the best advantage. And of course, guys, this is good uh, to watch these simulated games because, uh, like anybody else, we do have the virus here in the United States. We also, I know Germany possibly has the virus there too, as
Oh yeah.
well, and uh, I think it's a refreshing thing to look at something, even though that it's a simulated game. Uh, it's a refreshing thing to actually watch sports right now. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's better than nothing.
Of course. And of course, I don't know if you're a Lakers fan, but they won the WNBA. Well, they won the NBA Finals uh, this year, and we do want to congratulate that because also they made a tribute to to the Black Mama himself.
And
But
Chicago is trying, but they are just not bringing it home.
that
Just running
is
the
the
clock in, man.
final. That is
That's
the
it.
final. 53 to 28. How do you feel about the game altogether?
Yeah, it was a blowout, and it sucks that they didn't do better.
But at least we got 53 this time, which is good, if you ask me. But but yes, that was a pretty good matchup. So so definitely that was a really perfect matchup to get you back into it. Uh, what do you say as in for next week of doing this?
I'm gonna be out of town next week, so I won't be back until be about 2 weeks till I'm back on.
Okay. Well, I mean we will be doing the games and like I said, this is a 3-2. Uh and that'll be 2 days away from the game that we would be watching later on. Um so what would you say before you go? Since it's a 3-2 going up against a 6-0, what would you say the strategy and the prediction of the score would be for that day.
Going against the Lakers, going against the Sparks, you mean?
Yes.
Well,
Well, the
anything can
Mystics,
happen. So I say,
actually.
as long as you keep up the pressure that you had in this match,
It's technically the Mystics. LA is
in the next
next
one, then
week.
you'll be good to go. Yeah.
Yes. Because that is an away team. And of course, we also have the Fever as well going up against, and that is also a 2-3. So with that too, um, you predict that would be a pretty good easy win as well, right?
I don't know about easy.
You wouldn't say a 2-3 would be easy?
No, absolutely not. I've learned in my years to never ever count the team by their standing.
Okay. But we did, like I said, we've had 6 wins so far.
Exactly.
And and do you predict that we are going to keep that momentum up?
Well, I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Thanks to our co-host, that is pretty much going to probably be our permanent co-host because apparently I don't know anybody else. Uh, because that's okay with him. Um, but thank you guys so much for watching. I am the Panda, and of course, it is Germany, and we'll see you next time.